So, welcome back to Lila Lightwave Guru, and I show here the overview from that industrial environment and scene that I show the last days with my render tests. And I can talk today a little about behind the scenes here. And what you see here is that yellow thing is the spline, and along that spline, that car automation setup would follow that spline and do all the rest for himself. And that's really a cool thing. And let us talk today a little bit behind the scenes, yes? And that means that the client and partner I work for, I create that scene for that, need a little image campaign, yeah, to show his mobile interim solutions. And that means that we have often a situation that we need a mobile setup to fix something. So, for example, for refugee aid, for disaster aid, for fire damage, for festivals or party equipment, and so on and so on. And the trailers are built to save people, yeah. So, for example, you need for a festival a toilet, yeah? You can bring it with a trailer to the festival. Or you need for refugees a home, yeah? For a temporary time, you can take some from that trailer and put it on a place you need it, yeah? Or, for example, you have a fire damage in your house and, yeah, you can nothing do as, leave the house, then you can take that kind of trailer and build with that a little backup for yourself, yeah? So in the end, you can create with that trailer a complete village, yeah? And that's what we have to communicate in that case, that you can build temporary villages in the end with all that solutions, yeah? So if you take different trailers from that solution, you can build a complete village. So that means, for example, that if you use that solutions, you have in the end then a mobile kitchen or a mobile hairdresser and so on and so on. So all what you need to build a village, yeah? So for example, you can also use the drivers to transportate wash machines, yeah? And all that what you need to save and back up people in special situations, yeah? So in emergency situations. And that I want to communicate with that image campaign. So it means in the end that my plan is to show all the different trailers, and the trailers is on the road and drive, and in that time I show in the foreground then in the final with a text solution all that mobile interim solutions, yeah? So it means I need footage for 3 or 4 minutes to communicate all the different solutions, and for that I create that environment to show that, yeah? So that's the background about that. So and that mean with that setup here, with that spline setup, I can now build without much stress or time consumption many different scenes, yeah? To have, sorry, I have to change the camera to create enough footage. What the heck? Come on, use the camera for the preview. Okay, yeah, now he do it. So that I have enough footage to communicate that with a text in German and English language, yeah? So the thing with that kind of scenes is if you work for, in Germany we call that Mittelstand, yeah? I hope there's the English equation. Let us test it. middle class, that's not the correct translation, but I mean, I translated, wait a second. So businesses with smaller occupancy rates, yeah? So smaller businesses. So you have then 50 people who work with you or so, yeah? So for that little companies, for that businesses with smaller occupancies, is it good to create solutions that you can do that in a high level of graphic standard with not so much budget, you know? So if you want to help that kind of businesses, then you have to see as 3D artists that you not create a Hollywood movie, but in the most cases, clients and partners want Hollywood output. You know, all that people look too much Hollywood films. Yeah, nobody knows that it needs months for one scene, and so on and so on. And that means that you have to create a effective solution in the shortest time as possible. Yeah. And what you see here, that environment on all what I do about that is created in some days. Yeah. So, and after some days, you have now that solution, and you can create with that solution many interesting footage with good lighting and a good shading and a good look. Yeah. So that you can create then the text fields and communicate the message. And that's the reason that for me, for that kind of solution, Lightwave is the first thing if I want to create that that kind of scenes. Yeah. So for industrial solutions, is it absolutely important to create fast and efficient. So we have in the industry, much professionals who make crazy good things, but you have totally other budgets as in Hollywood, you know? So you have to realize that if you work with a 3D artist, yeah? So enough talking with my very bad English. I hope it was funny for you to see a little bit behind the scenes. And I think I show the next time then more from that little project. And many thanks to the clients that I can show a little bit the development of that scene, so that the Lightwave community have also a little bit fun to see in what way the Lightwave guru works here. Yeah. So in the end, all then, if the roots are ready from that cars and the different trailers, then I render all that out, and then that footage will be put in video cut software, and then I create the text in the end. And then we have a good image campaign with a good quality of pictures, of animated pictures, and we can communicate what we have to communicate. Yeah. So you see in the end a little capture preview with 25 frames per second. You can see here one more time. He drives the car and the trailer on the parking place, and then he leaves the parking place and go on the road. Yeah. So and that's what is what it is. Yeah. So later, bye. Have a nice time.